a couple reasons why I leave the hinges and doors put on a cabinet or a piece of furniture. In my experience, I've had trouble keeping track of the hinges because, for example, let's say you have five projects going on at the same time, and to try to get them all out, you hop from one to the other to the other. So while something's drying, something's being set with glue, you work on something else, you finish sanding, you jump back. So let's say you come back to your hinges. Oh my goodness, I forgot what order they go in. It happens. It's okay. I had one experience where I had them all laid out on a board, and I accidentally dropped them. They didn't have a label. What do you do now? So to save myself the headache, to save myself time, there's instances where I leave the hinges on. Also, if you're gonna antique wax, if you're gonna glaze, if you're gonna blend, you need that uniform look. So what are you gonna do? Blend and wax each piece of furniture in pieces? It's gonna be really hard. So save yourself the headache. Leave the doors on. It's okay. It's fixable. So here we have 2 hinges. I did it one door at a time. So I'm working on my last door now. So I already popped one in my lacquer thinner. So I like to recycle. This used to have, I believe, sealer. I have lacquer thinner in there now. I've had this in here, I would like to say maybe two minutes. Compare that to this. See how it just lifts off? All the coats of paint, all the coats of sealer just peel right off. So guess what? While you're working on another project, you come back, there you go, peels right off. And if there might still be something caught in the crevices, that's okay. You just go to your utility sink, you take some wire brushes, some cheap stuff from like Harbor Freight, Home Depot, whatever you have. You can even use a toothbrush, to be honest. Lacquer thinner, work your brushes in there, it'll come right off, no problem. And if you feel like you're spending way too long, it's okay, dunk it back in, you're good. So on these hinges, I have found that after you spray paint them, especially when the door is so close to the hinge that when you try to open it, it rubs here. A very important tip, it seems to always happen on these hinges. Here's a very valuable piece of advice. Take it from all my mistakes. Paint it, let it completely dry, then top coat it. Use lacquer, use matte sealer, use something. It'll save you so much time, so much headache. Just take it, please do it. So there you go. Now I've also had another style of hinges where I leave the doors on, something simple like this, where the door is actually off the hinge. Guess what? You don't have to. Most of the time it'll look good with whatever finish that you have, whatever blending, whatever black waxing, whatever glazing you put on, it'll look good. Use your judgment, but most of the time trust me, it'll look fantastic. So in this case, you could leave it, but if you choose to spray paint it, you can take it off, clean it, spray paint it, put it back, and you'll be good to go.